Hello, Kingsmen. Welcome back. I hope you guys are all doing well. We have before you another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. This one is going to be the corps of Murat and Lannes. I believe we have Ney and Davout taking on the Prussians. You can see already, Prussians, this battle just started, and the Prussian artillery is kind of getting themselves out of there, and as Murat was sending some dragoons over immediately, now the cuirassiers of Prussia are charging out. I think this is a bad idea. They're in a column formation, and this is dragoons, so C6s versus C3s. Now they did scare the Prussian cannons, and now they are stuck here. Although you think they should be able to go grab their horses, pull it back, and be like, come back. But no, this battle should be intense. Obviously, already's having some picking going on here. The player that sent me this replay was the one who controlling Lannes, so I'll find out after this battle. Now, the beautiful thing about both of these is it is a lightning-fast armies of France versus the massive, bulky, slow, but yet deadly in a line fight armies of Prussia and Austria. Now there, as you can see, there's the fourth coalition. What, already another one? So there's Prussia. There's Prussia everywhere. Now there's also a Russian, Dmitry Duktorov, Friedrich. I think that the majority of the Prussians start right here. You see this general over here, a general right here, and I believe a general right here, and then the Russians are bringing up the reinforcements. And the deployment zone for Murat was right here. Lannes starting in the corner over here. Davout over on this side. And then way back here was Ney. So you can see Davout, or not Davout, but Murat has kind of screened the cav out. Kind of covering a very large area because they kind of have to. I mean, the Prussians are pretty content, it seems, to just sit on these LOCs. The problem I foresee is if they have to attack the Prussian position, the Prussians are going to possibly do very well. Now, they did take an LOC on this side. Lannes took the LOC, and I don't think Lannes is bringing a lot of cav. In fact, they're bringing two. I think they can only bring two cav, two hussars. Just a lot of infantry, a lot of fast-moving infantry. L5s. Yeah, it's like the lightning-fast armies. So can they strike in the proper place? Because they have to strike all together and turn the flank. They can't just keep turning and twisting. I don't think they can survive the line. Now, maybe they can't. Maybe they can survive a standing line fight. I don't see the Prussians win this. The coalition does not win this core fight usually. Usually they lose because Murat is just so crazy good. But we will see, guys. We will see. Maybe they can turn it around. Maybe today is the day. They are bringing a lot of heavies. You see they have a lot of Saxon infantry mixed in. A lot of these cuirassiers hopefully are going to do well. There's a lot of them. Artillery already starting. In fact, they seem to be falling back here as this battle is getting underway, and I missed something already. Let's see. What do we have here? Hussars clashing with some dragoons. And actually, Murat is getting a lot more aggressive over on this side. Like I said, already clashing here. We do have possibly some flanking by some dragoons. But we do have some cuirassiers who are probably going to charge in on the dragoons. And quite honestly, I was hoping they would clash with them, honestly. Murat is so spread out. The only problem I foresee is them not having enough, and if Prussia focuses all on one side. Now, they do have Prussian artillery sitting way back here firing at Murat. That is going to be the Achilles heel for the French, especially for Murat. His heavies are not going to do well. Now you can see dragoons moving up. We have some hussars and dragoons facing them, as well as some cuirassiers and some line infantry here. But yep, we're going to have more of a cav fight here. Dragoons going to go in. Prussia probably was not looking. And Prussia, once again, starting to lose out, although, oh my goodness, the flank, as now some heavies are going to pour in, but I think this is going to be an even trade. No, possibly not. Prussian cav can be pretty broken sometimes. The problem I foresee is if they get themselves too close to the Prussian guns and start taking losses. You can see they've already lost a couple. And here comes some reinforcements. And the French cannon are not in position yet. Now we do have some Dragoons going to get hit in the back, but they're going to keep going here. Infantry pushing up. That is good to see. And actually, possibly, these guys have overextended themselves. And now are going to get charged by some heavies. This is where Murat is going to pull back, because this is so many heavies. You have 1, 2, 3, 2 Dragoons and some line infantry against some Dragoons, Hussars, and 2 Cuirassiers. Now the French cav did come back. The fight's all happening there. It's a lot of cav play as this fight is going off. Now, I'm worried the Prussians are going to... Hopefully they don't push up and get too aggressive here. They want to be with the whole force of the army, which possibly they do have. I mean, they have some grenadiers over here. They have an excellent position. They even have a flank of some more cuirassiers if Murat is not careful. And you can see they are taking more losses to artillery. Murat needs to get himself out of there just in case. He could throw away this fight. If he loses too many, now the morale of Murat's cav is going to do very well. And you can see already Ney has some Voltigeurs up, has some line infantry behind, has his artillery pushing up. A whole contingent of French infantry pushing up. Now they are coming under artillery fire already. As this fight is starting, you can see the smoke from the artillery. Oh, you know what? Before I forget this... Oh, I already did it before I even started recording. That's embarrassing. Ignore that. So France is kind of recuperating, letting Ney needs some line infantry to push up and support his fight. Or, sorry, Murat needs some line infantry from Ney to push up and support that fight. Going just with cav only would be very, very nasty. Now over here, let's see, Murat has some chasseurs cheval and some hussars. I don't see any heavies. In fact, I don't see any heavies at all, so they're not depending. Looks like Ney is going to be having the heavy cav, because that is where, yeah, they're shifting over all of their cav, because that's where Prussian heavies are. So they're going to shift over that direction, probably to anticipate having a fight there. Now, I don't like to see Prussia pushing up so much. They have the guns. Let them come to you. I do believe they have LOC advantage if they hold these 4 buildings. They have one way in the back as well. So I think they have LOC advantage right now. The French have to attack you. The hill is not really in favor of one over the other. Davout better get his chasseurs out of the way. He's gonna kill his own cav. But they are already starting to fire. It looks like they were going for maybe some cav in the back. Yeah, some Saxon hussars. And it has begun, the attrition. And Prussia is now pushing back. They have, ooh, horse artillery. That is going to get charged already. Murat is, you can hear him smacking his lips. He just knows. Well, maybe he can. There's some hussars to stop him and infantry to fire at him, but they are trying to snipe the horse artillery, which is setting up in a very crucial position as Prussian infantry are going to form up here in a line of battle against Lannes. Now, Lannes is bringing some really good infantry here. Almost all of them, if not all of them, can form square. Yeah, most of them can. In fact, they have most of their non-squarables on the flank here. That they have some cav over there, but that's going to be the side that Prussia may try focusing down with cav. So obviously a big line fight happening, fixing to happen over on this side. Horse artillery have limbered down and are going to start pouring in some hot fire on the Prussians. This cav, heavy cav, is actually going to fall back. Because these artillery can't move, I would tell the Prussians, I'd be like, Prussia, fall back. You know, you have a river, a swamp. You can put some infantry next to this house line here and then push them along here. Put artillery over here, better yet. Put the Russian artillery right here, and if Lannes tries sweeping through here, look at this bog. This is going to be not fun. We do have some cuirassiers pushing up here. Oh my goodness, these garde du corps are getting focused down. They need to get them out of there. Lannes is content just to sit there and let artillery just focus them down. Hopefully they're going to start noticing it. Now we do have some buildings burning over here. It looks like Prussia's actually not really over here as much, and they're kind of just sitting here. In fact, they're getting some dragoons past and running. Prussia may be sitting further back. Oh, they're sitting up on this hill. Oh, what an excellent position. Artillery on the hill, infantry in the town. Artillery over here. Like, I like the Prussian positions. I don't like that they're going to lose that cav. They've already lost 30, almost 30 men. Like, can they please notice this? They're going to lose. Oh, man. This is why you always have to be checking. Always checking back and forth. You're going non-stop. We do have some general movement here. They're shooting their own horse artillery. That's unfortunate. I think the Prussians seem a little bit disorganized, possibly, but I do like the French push here. We have some assault columns pushing forward here. I recognize this play style of assault columns pushing forward, but I mean, honestly, that's all you need. The maneuverability. Prussia's in a line. If they try to reform, which they should be reforming right now. Here we go. We got some cav gonna go in, but they're gonna get immediately charged by some cuirassiers. But France is gonna push up the infantry to support that cav fight, and trade probably cuirassier with a hussar. Prussia needs to fall back here, in my opinion. Fall back to your artillery. You have artillery set up, they can't move. Use it. You know, right now they are stuck trying to fight for this, and they don't need to be fighting for this. And France is now, France should be, in my opinion, Lannes should be pushing forward right now. Putting a lot of pressure on this one Prussian line. If they can crush this, it will be over. Game over. And Prussia's not reacting at all. That's the only concern now. Okay, now they're falling back, but unfortunately, that's kind of late. Late to be falling back, but if Lannes had been pushing forward this whole time, they would have caught this Prussian army and probably caused a couple of units to fall or caused heavy losses. Ney looks like they are pushing forward. Yes, they are pushing forward, going for this LOC. I'm kind of curious what's in this town. I see one Fusilier. But they're pushing up, can probably try to use the magnet now. Prussia's going to have a very excellent positioning here. They have a town they can fight for, they have the hills above it, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But you see France is actually pushing forward. In fact, these guys are running. Fire volley, but then keep pushing. You're going to start dropping the Prussians like crazy. You see cav pouring in, stop the Prussians. The Prussians were totally caught out of line. They need to be double stacking their units for some morale, because this guy is going to break. They just need to make sure they don't overextend here, although we do have some general cav movement here. Got some dragoons and some chasseurs cheval. At the same time, we have heavies pushing up here, and some heavies pushing over here, as well as line infantry, so the musket bug caused these guys not to fire at all. Look at this. There we go. Well, Murat's going to lose a lot of cav in that fight. But over here, Prussia had a huge cav charge here and smashed into a lot of Davout's cav. We have more chasseurs cheval from Davout coming up, but they're going to pull out of there. They did a lot of damage. In fact, Prussia actually has a flank they're working on over here, so if they can inspire the units over on this side, Lannes needs to push forward a lot and support this fight. Davout is caught all on their own. You do not want that. France is falling back over here. Prussia actually is trying to chase down and kill as many of these cuirassiers as they can, but it's probably not going to work very well. And look at this, we have some more heavy cav that just is refusing to fall back. They should be falling back right now so as to not lose all of their cav. They're going to get charged, I guarantee, by the dragoons. I do not like this, though. France is totally outnumbered, and they walk directly into this. And Lannes is not pushing forward to help. I would be very concerned seeing this and not seeing the ally push. Now they are pushing forward. But they need to flank this flank that's flanking, you know, these guys. Russia is going to be pushing forward here in good order. They're going to push up here, so hopefully they can force this into a line fight. For a little while, they look like Prussia was sitting right here, able to shoot into them. Looks like Prussia actually may be falling back. You know, Russia is pushing forward here, so Prussia could afford to fall back to, like I said, this bog. We do have some French calves sitting way back, or yeah, some French calves sitting way back there. Looks like Ney is going to start pushing into the town. They're facing some grenadiers. Not exciting to see, as that will be nice and close range for the grenadiers. This LSC was leveled. I don't know if there was units of Prussia in there, but if so, then it's a Prussian-held building until the end. France is still pushing in here and allowing themselves to get flanked, like a flanking fire. I mean, I get they're pushing over here, but Russia is right over here. You gotta know Russia's here. You can see the cav pushing up.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Alright, we got a combat gen pushing forward. Lannes could be totally shifting. They need to be moving fast. The thing is they need to be moving fast, like really fast. Lannes needs to not be hesitating. Support Davout, keep pushing on that right flank. You can take on Russia for a little bit. You have cav, and you can outshoot and morale them. Because they are just, you can see Prussia's actually starting to break here. So if you support this attack, it will stop Prussia from being able to reform, and then Russia being able to outflank Davout as they push forward here for this flank. I mean, this is going to be deadly. Davout's just getting so close. It's just been a spearhead attack. In fact, bayonet charge, I'm calling it. Bayonet charge for the flank. I hope they do it. I hope they do it. Because they're getting volleyed by some guard. They're just going to ignore this Prussian line behind them. You fire directly on the flank. Watch these guys drop. Yeah, they're just going to turn the whole flank of Prussia. That's very well played. The only problem is I'd be worried about that. Ah, man, if there was cav for Prussia right here, they could smash in here, use some infantry to bayonet charge. You can see Prussia's actually getting outflanked. And Russia isn't even... Prussia should be shifting over, and Russia should be shifting over to deal with this huge gap. Now, we do have some more Prussian cav shifting over here. A general as well pushing up, as well as some reserves. This may be a very futile cav charge, as they're just going to get volleyed by artillery. Oh, they were going for the artillery piece. Well, they may lose that guard cav, or that just heavy cav, but they may take out the artillery. Maybe not. That's a lot of them, and they just got inspired. Wow, actually, they have really smashed up the French line over here. Oh, we have some Russian dragoons that went in and broke some of the French. So the Russians were able to save this Prussian line so far. Over here, it looks like Ney has actually taken this village, and the Prussians actually don't seem to be very concerned about trying to hold it. It looks like they actually fell back. They have artillery sitting up on the hill. They have their infantry sitting up on this hill, and they're content to let the French fight for this. The LSC's gone anyway. The real fight is still happening over here, where the Prussians and Russians are trying their best. They have some skirms sitting here. But they are trying to... They're basically funneling... They've kind of funneled, whether intentionally or unintentionally, funneled the French into this trap. Now, there is a huge fight now going over here in the bog. The swamp where Lannes actually may be doing a lot better, as I think the reloading speed of the Russians and Prussians in water is going to be slow, and the morale and everything else, they're going to get more tired more easily. But Prussia is holding, sort of. They're trying their best to hold this side as Davout keeps pushing on the Prussians on this side. They haven't done a whole lot over here. You can see that actually Murat did go in. I think maybe took out some more of the artillery. I think artillery is basically gone at this point, but there's still a lot of cav here on both sides. This fight could change the course of everything. Lannes has to hold. If Lannes does not hold, this fight is over. I am concerned about this massive 6-pound gun, or 6, you know what I mean, 12-pounders, 6 of them, up on an excellent position. Gonna start blasting away at Lannes' line.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
That is an excellent position and a beautiful view. Oh, I hear something happening. So the Prussians charged in. They were met by some dragoons and did break. They are still trying their best to reform here. Prussia still struggling here. I think they have definitely stopped the bleeding on this side, but France is just going to focus down probably one Prussian player here. And now they're going to start falling back. They do still have some cav. They have artillery sitting over here too. I would be surprised if Prussia's actually shifted over some infantry on this side. Over here, it kind of looks like Ney's taking a very slow approach here. Prussia does have some musketeers sitting here and grenadiers as well. They really start taking their toll at close range at these French infantry. The artillery is actually even shifting over, and a lot of cav shifting over, so Ney may be able to push as the Prussians are having to send more reinforcements here to this side. Now France is having some breaking, as there's some Fusiliers here that were shooting at them. They probably went in for a charge of the LSC loss, so Davout is running out of steam here. Now this fight, ooh, we have some cav possibly flanking. Davout, or Murat, and no, just Murat is over on the side to try to stop that from happening.
To the enemy.
Alright, they did take the LOC with some musketeers. Prussia has managed to get themselves out of there. There's a river separating the French from the Prussians. The Prussians are not going to have to worry about it. They are also holding this point right here very desperately. They have to just hold on. Oh, a bayonet charge as well. Grenadiers, well-timed charge from two sides. France is going to struggle, and now some cav possibly going in as well. These Grenadiers able to do a lot of damage, backing it up with... Oh no, they're getting thinned. That could cause a huge loss by these Grens. They got volleyed directly point blank. More cav going in here, but France is starting to definitely lose a lot of their units. Now we have a General Davout rushing over here trying to inspire this unit, but they're getting bayonet charged all along the line. Davout's in trouble. Now Lannes is making some good progress here. Possibly. They're gonna go, oh, are they gonna go for, yep, they are. Nope, they're not. It's a massive guard unit. But over here, Davout has actually maybe finally ran out of steam, as those Grens were able to go in and just bayonet charge his flank. And now he's, oh wow. Okay, so he's gonna stop that cav charge in its tracks. But they're actually going to keep going on him. And Davout is going to desperately try to keep pushing this attack forward. You can see that actually Prussia did lose their dragoons, or grenadiers, my bad. And now Murat sending in some cuirassiers, probably to try to break these cuirassiers, as Prussia is trying to hold this right flank here. Davout really running out of steam here. Lannes needs to make a breakthrough. Ney is repelling a cav charge, it looks like. Some dragoons went in there before him squared. They did lose some voltigeurs. They're having a skirmish over this river as well. So this battle is really not really not going terribly for either side at this point.
Our men are running, sir.
Uh-oh. Oh no, there was some Prussian cav in the back lines, took out the 8-pounders. And now, where are they going? They're going for the 8-pounders again. Oh, no, no. This is bad. Murat is trying to save the guns. But these Hussars may be a little faster than the Dragoons. C8s versus C5s. Yeah, they're going to take them out. And, yeah. France just lost their guns, and actually, look at this. Okay, so cav fight happening over here. Murat's gonna start coming on their flank, but look at this. Lannes is starting to run out of steam. Guys, this is the thing with these corps. You cannot stand in a line battle with these coalition corps. They just do well. They are slow moving, but they can just stand and take a fight. Now, I like how they have the guard. Russian Russian guard is sitting over here. Hopefully in a form square. No, they're not. Also, Prussia is starting to lose over here too, so it's going very back and forth. Prussia and France still kind of very evened out here. Some cav and infantry fighting over here. These cuirassiers are going to break some more of the fusiliers. They're pushing forward.
Our men are running.
I think they feel like they can make it. Alright, what's happening here? So the cav broke. Wow. So this guard unit was so beefy with 200 men. They didn't even need, they just shrugged off the cav of the hussars. And they probably are what's causing Lannes' line to break. They're just shooting, look at this, slaughter. And of course, we can't forget the artillery. Hopefully Russia has, yeah, they have artillery guarded by the cav. Murat's gonna have to try to deal with that. They're bringing all their heavies. They can come in behind the Russians and shift this battle in favor. Napoleon needs a miracle. There's still some heavy cav, which honestly, I would think that this should be shifting over here to deal with this. So we do have Prussia still fighting for this village. They have a strong position, guys. They have the river, they have artillery. In fact, so many strong positions for the Prussians. Ney's looks like gonna go for it. Start pushing for this river. Maybe he can outgun these fusiliers and grenadiers. It's only been 20, what? Not very long into this fight, so. I hear someone charging. Oh no, cuirassiers charging in. Of course, they did form square in time. This is gonna cause a couple of these guys to break, but there is more places for these heavies to attack. Murat needs to be back with a couple cav to defend this side here. I mean, I get they're swinging around to try and break this. If they could charge this, they could definitely defeat it. But they need to do it fast. This gun, this artillery emplacement is destroying the French. Over here, France is actually Davout pushed back the Prussians into the town. They are now fighting desperately in this town here. It is close quarters. I think the French are actually going to win this. Unless there's some reinforcements. We have a 12... Ooh, so a 12-pounder going in. And this fight seems to be winding down as Murat maybe going in to finish the job. But oh no, okay, so heavy cav going in against Davout. This is bad. France is not going to win this if there's heavy cav supporting the Prussians' defense. Let's see, we have some fusiliers in the house still. And they're going to be shooting point blank at the French as they are trying to push in here. There's some more musketeers forming up here. Here we go, though. This fight is finally starting. We do have some hussars who are going to go for the artillery. And this fight will be tipping back in favor of the French as they finally were able to defeat this hill. Otherwise, they would not have won. But Lannes now will push up. France is actually going to have to form up. These guys, okay, not a whole lot of them can form square, but a couple of them can, so they're going to smash in here. And, oh my goodness. Look at the wrath of Murat. And now Lannes should be bayonet charging the back lines, to be honest. Not shooting, because there's a lot of cav left from the Prussians. This general is running to his death. Dmitry Dutorov. And Russians had a huge break. Murat able to go in and save the day. I mean, we kind of knew that would happen. So many heavies left over. And unfortunately, Prussia is going to start losing here. It is so difficult to win when the other player has the heavy Murat core. It is just so difficult. I mean, you saw this. Look, it was... I mean, actually... Okay. And it lose all of them. So Russia still has some units left, but not a lot. Russia's in shambles now, unfortunately. And the heavy artillery position is just dead. Russia did not have enough. Honestly, I think the heavy cav of Russia could have been used over on this side. As now Lannes is going to be able to sweep around this flank here. Davout is actually having some real problems because of this heavy cav, this heavy cuirassiers. They're just doing so much damage. They have not been able to take this LOC yet. So, a lot of really good plays. We do have Nae still not being able to take this point here. Lannes still has some units who are breaking, not able to take this LOC. I think Russia's probably going to consolidate around this LOC. They have a wall, possibly. Or they're going to go for the hill. Russia's gone on this side, so it's up to 3 armies, basically, versus 4 armies still. Props to the Russians and Prussians for holding so long. I mean, they held forever. But, you know, there's nothing you can do. Lannes should be able to clean that up. Russia still desperately holding here. But I think Davout is going to be able to wipe them up as well. And Nae seems to be now shifting over. We do have some Dragoons going against some Cuirassiers. Should actually be able to break these guys if they're wavering. And the scales of this fight are turning in the French favor. There's a lot of Prussians still over here, I do believe, but definitely there's still artillery over here too, so it's not necessarily over. Still 28 minutes left. Prussia still is held in the center here, but Lannes is going to sweep over now. Actually, Russia has a good position on the hill. I can't tell if they're going to try to hold it or not. I do believe they're going to try to hold it as best they can with grit and determination. And Murat's is going to keep cruising with all of his heavies. Yeah, these cuirassiers of Prussia are just going to die. Oh, these cuirassiers are not doing well against the Prussians. And they're gonna pull them, push them back. More cav charging in, so the right side, Russia has a very good position here. I would not expect that, to be honest. So Prussia still has a strong position here. I think they're trying to consolidate on this little area now, as that's all they have left. Of course, by this village as well. Prussia's going to try to hold this LOC. Russia's going to try to hold this one as well. They probably did some real damage. But the fight as it is was well fought. Hard to win on either side for a little while there. Davout is basically... I mean, Davout has nothing left. They headed up a deadly fight that obviously spanned along here. They made a good push, but I think they ran out of steam around here. And into the village. They just ran out of steam, unfortunately. That's a lot of dead French here. And now the fighting is definitely a little scattered. And maybe I'll fast forward, because I don't know what's actually, if anything's actually happening at the moment, because I think Murat's resting the cav. Lannes is starting to push on the Russians, maybe trying to finish them up and push up. Davout and some of Lannes is kind of sitting right here up on this LOC, and Nae is kind of, well, that was a huge break. Is that just the cav? Okay, that's just the cav. Nae is going to start pushing up here, and actually the morale, why are they wavering? I feel like I missed something over there, but we do have Lannes charging in here, going for the LOC. These grenadiers probably going to hold. And Russia's going to defend to the last. They have their guard.
Our men are running, sir.
Lannes may use a couple men up trying to take this LOC, but they have to in order to win. Davout and Lannes probably going to reignite the fight in the center. And Ney is going to start... I don't know how these guys all of a sudden started breaking, but a bunch of them started breaking somehow. Maybe it's artillery from the French, I don't know, but... all of a sudden, the Prussians are just like non-existent on this side. So they're reconsolidating here. Let's keep fast forwarding. Let's see what Davout is going to do. Lannes is going to go in once again. Lannes better not run out of steam here. The guard, yep, the guard's going in. Bayonet charge. They actually could break Lannes' units here. They're breaking them in the house.
Fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Yeah, these guys are exhausted. They're wavering. Yeah, oh my goodness. So Murat's gonna have to send out some cavalry in order to help this out because these guys just mass broke. A mass rout as Russia still defiantly holds this village. Prussia still holds this village, and Prussia is desperately holding against Lannes and Davout, I'm assuming. Yeah, Davout is pushing up once again. LOC advantage. I know this one was destroyed when it was still in Prussian control, I believe. But Ney is starting to push here, so if the timer runs out as it stands, I think the coalition has more LOCs, although France does have this one over here. I think each one counts for 1 point. So it's 1, 2, and then technically 3 versus 1. Yeah. I mean, France could always march back and get some of these, which maybe they will do. We do have some grenadiers going against the Prussian grenadiers, but I think the guard is charging in.
Are running, sir.
Oh man, they're starting to really have some problems here. Oh, we have Cav oh no, line infantry charging in. Cav for Prussia charging in. And yep, Saxon musketeers also going to charge in to back that up. So Davout may be making his last and final push, as Ney is going to push on a couple of scattered Prussian units that are honestly probably just going to try to hold him back to keep him from pushing up and reinforcing this area until it's over. But Prussia just had a huge mass rout here. Davout may be basically gone too, but man, Russia is being stubborn here. Good for them. They are holding strong here. Lannes had to peel off more troops to deal with this one side. Now we do have a cav charge. This square should deal with that, but
Our men are running, sir.
where are they running? Oh wow. So Lannes is ordering his men into the house here, but he's losing. France is starting to lose once again on this assault. This town has been such a hotly contested area. And France is really running out of troops. They keep charging in more troops. The problem is, guys, is they charge in and then guys from here are shooting them as they charge for the house.
Our men are running, sir.
So they get shot as they're running this house, and it's just death. So France still has not been able to take this. France still has not been able to take this, and they are running out of men. Can the French hold? It's scattered, guys. The fight is so scattered. You have the pockets of Prussian resistance. Here, here, and here. The LOCs that need to be taken are these two. Well, there's 2 here and 1 here. But there's Prussians here, there's Prussians here, and there's Prussians and Russians here. Stubborn. I like it. I love the not giving up. France is going to start charging towards this. They may have enough to take this LOC, especially if they get some cav to support it. But they have not taken this LOC yet. And you can see some cav, some chasseurs going against the heavies still of Prussia that are still alive. There's so many heavies still. Murat has to do his job. He has to deal with this. These guys are fresh, so it may be time now. They are going to go in for this LOC. I think we may have a fight finally. Murat charging in. And Prussia honestly should engage this. It's 2 units. Look at this artillery. They're just going to go for the artillery. Oh my goodness. That was an excellent shot. Okay, that's worth it. Oh my gosh. They need to save that. Prussians need to save this artillery. They cannot let their artillery be lost. Because that is what's going to save Ney. Or save the Prussians from Ney. Over here, France is probably going to take this LOC. They still have to deal with the Russians in this LOC as well. But, man, this is such small fights everywhere, but it's so desperate. The stakes are so high. The most high stakes. Artillery still blasting away. Ney has to push. In my opinion, Ney has to push. He has to push in. You can ignore this, but you're getting blasted to pieces. And you can't let that happen. Murat can maybe push the engagement here. I think they're waiting for Lannes maybe to push up. Lannes is also pushing up here. The Guard and Russian infantry still sitting here. Yeah, some good units, but they're shaken. And they did take it. Alright, so they did take it now. So they can push up here. They have to. Let's fast forward here, because Ney is starting to flank, starting to push. Prussia's going to start trying to consolidate here. Over here on this side, Russia's still desperately holding this LOC. This may be it. I think Lannes is afraid to attack it because he knows that if he charges in, they'll charge in behind him. But with this guy, they could do it. So now I think they are going to push. They should ignore this LOC and push up here. I think they have enough LOCs now. There's 1, 2, and technically 3, because I think there was men in there. Versus 1, 2. They just need to take one of these. Ney can ignore this and push up here, although they can't lose this. So yeah, they need to push up, destroy this army, and try pushing up, and see if they can do it in time. Now, Russia is still, they have 3 units left, and they're just kind of trying to hold that LOC. Prussia over here is in a little bit of a pickle. They have artillery, though, is trying to be as much of a nuisance as possible here. And this artillery is being allowed to fire grape shots at the French. This should not be so. Look at that, they broke them. That was a combat gen. That was that is unfortunate. I think they were bayonet charge it. Prussia could afford to peel off some units to defend this artillery. But it's over now. That artillery will hurt no more. Let's see. So Prussia still fighting here. Sent some cav in. The cuirassiers against the French infantry.
Our men are running.
Oh man, they just can't. They just can't. They're struggling still. Like they need to make it 13 minutes. They need to take this, and they need to take this. One or the other. Something needs to happen, obviously. We keep fast forwarding here. I mean, this paddle's taking the whole time. This is crazy. We do have some units way over here. What happened to these guys? Oh, nay. This is Voltigeurs. That's unfortunate. You see Voltigeurs that could have been used so well on a flank to volley. The morale loss being shot by skirmishers is bigger than maybe the actual number loss. But France is now finally converging on this LOC. I think they've given up on this one. Ooh, those heavy cuirassiers probably are going to try to deal with that French cav. And we do have some French cav. That got charged, got broken, and Ney is now going to push up and...
Our men are running, sir.
Where? How? Oh, friendly fire, I think. I think that was a friendly fire thing. But Prussia's going to file out here. They have held this... How many times have they repelled attacks to this LOC? That is the question. They repelled so many attacks to this LOC, that's ridiculous. Prussia's now going to form in a line of battle here. Russia actually went in for the LOC. Look at this, being all sneaky here. So the Musketeers in, their guard. This could be a desperate fight. If they take this, then that could totally change everything. These Cuirassiers could... Well, they're going to have to deal with this. It's coming down to the wire. Quite literally, down to the wire here. Murat could be sneaky here. These heavies are going to have to do something. France is becoming very, very intense at the moment. I think Russia's going to run out of men. Yeah, so Lannes was able to hold this, so now they could probably go and take this LOC. But if they take this one, they win. So... I think they got this. I think the French have this, but it's not going to be an easy victory for them. I'd be proud of being the Prussians. Because you gave the French a run for their money. All this fighting, and they still haven't taken this house. Oh, are they going in for the house? Oh, we have a bayonet charge here. Cav going in and infantry going in here, so this is gonna go badly for them. But Prussia is starting to really break here. They are, of course, seeing Grenadiers against a square, so that should do well. And Prussia is not going out without a huge fight back. They're pushing back. They have Grenadiers now. Nays can sit back and volley them. They're not going to make it. Some cav. Here we go. Nays instead of more infantry. Lannes has a couple. And Prussia's probably just going to put in more men in the house and try to desperately hold for 6 more minutes. I'm going to fast forward as this is obviously the only place left for them to fight for. And it's going to be, ironically, the last place that's defended. And it's not been given up just yet, surprisingly. Like, I think the French are finally going to charge in. Guys, I think that's the battle. I do believe that is it. Oh, they still have this unit. I'm going to fast forward here because they took the most LOC. So we're just going to go to the end stats of this awesome battle and see who Lannes was so we can thank them for sending in this replay. So skip ahead here. All right, guys. So, like I said, this one was sent in by Anderson. Thank you for that. You can see the losses and kills actually. Not bad, not bad at all on both sides here. So you can see the line infantry, the grenadiers did very well. But that's about it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.